Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. Yesterday there was a dear brother of ours who came to our WhatsApp number. He had his own story to tell, so he then made some WhatsApp voice recordings. I'll share with you those voice recordings after these messages, because as we were listening to the voice recordings, we then heard him mentioning something called astral projection. So we asked him what it meant, astral projection. Then he sent us this message. He said, after loads of research about astral projection, this is what I discovered, which is warlocks, sangomas, etc. have the ability to control their spirit men in the spiritual realm with assistance of a demon, familiar spirit, who is controlling their soul inside their head in the physical realm. Normally, this process is done automatically by God, and we shouldn't be getting demons to control our spirit men and assist us traveling in the astral spiritual realm and see things we have no business seeing, which is like to control their spirit men in the astral realm in order to get unknown knowledge and cast spells in the astral realm, and also to fly over territories in the physical realm and cast spells without being detected or seen. They also astral project in the physical realm into your house and listen to your secrets and see where you keep your valuable stuff, etc. They can also attack you in the physical realm. They can even abuse you if they wish to do so. Some witches, like my ex-friend, used a demonic sigil, which is a symbol to help astral project. That is another form. Other witches meditate and astral project. Others have a demon 24/7 inside of them, assisting them. Depends on what level these witches are on. My ex-friend is a drug addict, so he's on a small level. I believe he done a ritual, astral projected a few days before, and caged my spirit man up. Then he placed another demonic sigil as the roof so that I could obey his commands, hence the heavy pressure on my mind. Dear listeners, right there was a message that we received from our dear listener. So let us listen to the voice note that our dear brother had previously sent to us.
Greetings, brother. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to testify of the wickedness of this world and how Jesus Christ saved me from an insanity curse. I was born in Mozambique and raised in South Africa before relocating to the UK at the age of 15. Coming from Africa, I had a very basic understanding about spiritual things from early, but as soon as I landed in this first world country, most of it was forgotten. Over the years, I was always 50-50 about supernatural things, as many people are until you experience it firsthand. I attended church with my wife and children for many years, but really didn't care about Jesus Christ or knew how powerful his precious blood is. For many years, I struggled financially, being dismissed from many jobs, which really frustrated me, as I couldn't provide for my children. Later on, I would have discovered this was the result of my father's altars he raised in order to steal my fortune and destiny. Even though he was dead for probably 10 years or more, they were still active in the spiritual realm. I recall 2 top jobs I lost just after sleeping with 2 prostitutes. At first, I thought it was God punishing me quickly for committing adultery, but when it happened a second time, I really found it bizarre and very strange. I have now learned that these 2 prostitutes robbed my financial stars spiritually, which manifested in them getting more clients and making more money and me going broke. Many of our stars were robbed spiritually over the years by close friends, family, etc., which affected my marriage and career, but God still favored us and we managed to get by. It was June 2020 and the whole world was in lockdown mode. By this time, I had been self-medicating with cannabis for a year and a half while still holding down a full-time job. I used to think cannabis will help me with my anxiety, which had gotten worse in my mid 30s. A shift happened and my tenants packed up and moved back to their country, with 3 years left on their tenancy. We tried to work something out with them, even though they were not in arrears, but they were adamant they had to leave. Having no choice, I decided to go back to the house as it was located in a very bad neighborhood in order to prevent people breaking into the house. After I slept there for the first night, in the morning when I woke up, all the windows and doors were open, which really scared me. This was an insanity spell activating, which hit me with full force. Hence why the tenants just decided to pack up and leave. Funny enough, after a year, they were begging to come back. As the days progressed, I couldn't be bothered to work any longer in order to provide for my family. Rather, I just wanted to be high all the time. I started acting erratically and my behavior was very unusual. I couldn't sleep for days, not even eat or wash up. All I wanted to do was just smoke all the time. Overnight, I started to live a life of an insane beggar, tormented by demons constantly. I started to hang out with my dealer and his friends, not being productive at all. By this time, I hadn't been to the family home for weeks and my wife was very concerned. As I was in the spiritual realm illegally 24/7 due to the cannabis use, it wasn't hard for a witch or warlock to see me there and try to capture my star, spirit man, and take full control of my soul. There was this school friend of mine I used to live with when I first came to the UK. Over the years, I would always go visit him and his gran as they were good to me. I never knew this guy was into sorcery, something he learned as he got older. This particular day, he invited me to his house to come visit him and his gran, something I had done for many times, not knowing that this time was actually a setup. Thank God I went there with a few guys I was hanging out with, so his plan failed temporarily. Something in me was telling me to leave his house as I felt the wickedness he was plotting. Must have been the Holy Spirit, I'm fully sure. When I got back to my family home, I took a shower and then relaxed on the bed, watching some YouTube videos. Suddenly, I received a few messages on WhatsApp. The first message was of somebody filming around my car. And the next was this guy cursing in some type of Kemetic ancient Egyptian language, which really baffled me. The third message was him asking me where I was. Instantly, I knew he was in my living room downstairs, as I was always in the spiritual realm and I could feel his energy vividly. I jumped out of the bed and came downstairs, trying to locate him spiritually, as he wasn't there in the physical. We had a quick fist fight, and I could remember the impact, but he wasn't there physically. Until this point, I didn't know much about astral projection or soul traveling spirits. Suddenly, I felt a massive pressure on my mind, like some foreign entity was trying to enter my mind and capture my soul. Thank God my wife was nearby, and she remembered how her mother used to do spiritual warfare, and she called out to Jesus Christ, and he came and helped us. If my wife was not there, this warlock would have captured my spirit man and had full control of my soul. We even managed to film the demonic symbol he used to astral project on camera. Many years later, I finally understood the ritual this guy had performed. He astral projected into the spiritual realm a few days before and constructed a cage around my spirit man. Also, he must have placed another demonic symbol on the roof of the cage in order for myself, to only obey him and his commands. Now, he was just checking to make sure it worked 100%. He was trying to rob all my assets Jesus Christ blessed me with, and also any future blessings and stars. This was just another spell ritual aimed at myself and my family by many people. These attacks were coming in thick and fast, one after another. The devil really wanted to destroy us. My next door neighbor was also was also wanted a bit of the action. She managed to lure me into her garden for a cup of tea and chat in order to hypnotize me and steal my stars. She was good at playing mind games. You wouldn't expect this from a middle aged white woman, but evil is everywhere. When I figured her plot, she became very aggressive, always walking around with an old broom for protection. After a few days later, I met a homeless Englishman who was pretending to be a healer, but in reality, he was another warlock and car thief. I knew I needed some form of spiritual help, but as I didn't have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, I resorted to getting help from anywhere I could get. This Englishman even managed to convince myself to book him a hotel room so that he could perform his healing work. That night, as I slept on the sofa, as he laid on the bed, I felt a strong evil presence next to me. When I opened my eyes, I saw a tall, black, shadowy figure standing next to me, which really petrified me. When I asked this man what it was, he grinned and told me he is the devil and he has a lot of power and I should be scared of him. My wife managed to eventually chase this man away and he wasn't able to steal our car. But what he did was put a few more demons in me, which made me want to steal cars from strangers. The police were being called so many times at our family home that it seemed like they lived there. From all my erratic behavior, the police had no choice but to take me to a mental institute in order to give me help. Even at the mental hospital, a few workers surrounded me and were casting spells with hopes to steal my stars, but Jesus Christ protected me fully. I even saw a glory cloud, which later I learned it's angelic. God's mighty army was protecting me, according to Psalms 91, verse 11. Thank God I was released after 2 weeks, which is not heard of. Most people stay there up to 6 months, and when they do come out, they are like zombies. My consciousness was stuck in the astral realm for weeks, even though I stopped smoking weed. After many deliverance sessions and being in the Bible 24/7, I started to gain my mind again. It took me a year and a half to be myself again, and all glory goes to King Jesus. I hope this testimony helps somebody and prompts people to get right with Jesus Christ. He is the only way. Evil is everywhere, even under your noses and at your doorstep. At first, I used to think witchcraft was only in third world countries. How wrong I was. It's right here, even in the first world. Thank you.
Dear listeners, right there was a WhatsApp voice note that was sent to us by one of our listeners. Please let us talk about this issue in the comment section. If you have any story that you want to share with us, please do not hesitate to contact us via our email address, or you can use the WhatsApp number that is appearing on your screen right now.